Good afternoon from Xfinity Center. It's senior day. The Terps take it 63-60. The ending was spectacular. That's Eric Hayes, Bruce Posner. I'm Wayne Viener. This is a Northwestern Mutual Postgame show. Bruce.
Eric, special guest, a guy who had a lot of big-time winners. Tell us what happened at the end.
Yeah, Melo took the ball, and I knew once he took it out, they're trying to get it in quick and get it back to him on the run, see if he can get a shot up. And they're able to do that, and he made it like he usually does.
Talk about the crucial win this was. Since they've been in a little bit of a slump going into postseason, you've been there before.
Yeah, it was big. Locking up the buys. Obviously, the top 4 seed is very important. And then you just have momentum going into the tournament. You really want to be playing well this time of year. And I think it's going to be a good confidence builder going into next week.
44 killed us, Wayne.
44. Hey, Michigan State had some great freshmen. Before we talk about Michigan State, this is as good a senior day as one that somebody else here had against Duke. What was that, 5-6 years ago?
It's 7 now. I can't believe it. But
7
years ago, yeah. And ours was special, but this one was special as well.
Well, yours was to win the ACC championship. That was pretty cool. It happened to the basket immediately to our right. Michigan State has some great freshmen. They have Cassius Winston at guard, Nick Ward plays everywhere, and Bridges was killing us inside and out. Are their freshmen as good as ours?
It's close. They've got some guys who I'm not surprised 5 didn't play more than he does, because every time he's out there, they do well. Obviously, Bridges is a extremely talented player. He's going to be a lottery pick. So I think we've got a better all-around freshman class, but their ceiling is pretty high.
Oh, they are. We have another special guest here.
Come on,
Bruce,
boy.
who do you have?
No.
A reluctant guest.
No.
And, well...
Say, hey, no, you're with Eric Hayes.
Look, he's got to cut out the Krzyzewski impressions. The crying on camera doesn't work. Eric, what are you doing with yourself these days?
Right now I'm coaching in a high school. We had a pretty successful season. It's my first year there over in Manassas, Virginia, so I'm doing that and having a blast doing it.
Okay. Bruce?
Yeah, you watch this game, and the Terps could never, get over the hump. They were up by 4, they were up by 8, and Michigan State kept coming back. Mm-hmm. But I got to tell you something. The coach Izzo, he hollered at everybody on every play. It reminded me of you-know-who. All right?
Oh, yeah.
Didn't have that remembrance, but look, Michigan State needed this game big time. They're now somewhat on the bubble. They really are going to have to do better in that tournament. Maryland's guaranteed the 3 seed.
Right, and that puts them at 9:30 on Friday night. You're going to head out to...
I'm going to try to get out there. Yeah, I know it's going to be a tough ticket, but it's going to be fun.
Well, I'm sure they'll have room for you. This is Eric Hayes, Bruce Posner, Wayne Viener of the Northwestern Mutual Postgame Show. We'll be back at Xfinity Center in a moment. Take a look at Melo hitting the game winner. We'll be back in 30 seconds.
I'm an investor. Wayne's an investor with Northwestern Mutual, a phenomenal company. This guy's one of the smartest guys around. Listen to me. When I put my money with somebody, it's because he's the real deal. Dan Schiffman, Northwestern Mutual. Dan, thank you for your support. We really appreciate it.
Thanks for being on TerpTalk. Support for TerpTalk Game Day comes from Dan Schiffman of Northwestern Mutual. Team up with the right financial partner to advise you on your personal and financial plans. You and Northwestern Mutual, stronger together. You can reach Dan at 301-698-8955 or on the web at www.danschiffman.com. That's DANSCHIFFMAN, danschiffman.com, and 301-698-8955. Back here at Xfinity Center, Maryland still won. It was still spectacular. Trimble 16 points on 6 of 15 shooting, 2 of 6 beyond the arc. What's the big one that took the lead? And I thought there was less than a second left. They gave him 1.1. What'd you think of the last play by Michigan State?
They almost got a good shot off.
Yeah, they got a great look. Having a guy like Bridges you can just throw it up to, and being a good shooter that he is, it's a good thing to have in a play like that.
All right, before you go real quick, 7-2 on the road, 5-4 at home. The confidence of playing on the road, and in essence, you've played Verizon. It is kind of like on the road. It's not a solid home game. Are they ready for this? Are they ready for this tournament?
I think so. They've played very well on the road this year. They got a pretty good mix of veterans and young guys. And, you know, there'll be like a home crowd at Verizon this week. There'll be a lot of Terps fans in the house.
Yeah, I can't wait. Right now, if they finish third seed, it's 9:30 on Friday night. Will be our first game, which is awesome. Eric, thanks a lot for coming on the show.
Thank you.
All right, best of luck and everything.
All right. We'll be back in a second at Xfinity Center with non-rev Todd talking lacrosse. Terp Talk is brought to you by Viener Consulting. Help desk support for your computers and networks, local or remote offices. Let Viener Consulting make your IT great again. Managed services and 24-hour-a-day help desk are just a few of the affordable benefits. Get help when you need it by Terps that you know. Call us at 301-251-2900 or visit oneviner.com. All righty, back here at Xfinity Center, 63-60. Maryland still wins. I'm getting happier about it the longer it's been, but it wasn't the same story at Notre Dame today for lacrosse.
The Terps lost 5-4. You'll agree, I think, as more of a lacrosse expert, that it's not a horrible loss.
It's not a horrible loss.
The offense was horrible, but give credit to Corrigan and Notre Dame.
Well, both offenses were pretty bad, actually. You know, I mean, 5-4 game, nobody's ripping the back of the net a lot.
13 saves, though. 13 saves for Danny Morris,
great game,
which means that they were outplayed.
Right.
Okay, lost 9 out of 12 faceoffs,
and
the
20
women
turnovers.
and well, they're 4-1. They won't be number one. Big deal.
That's no big deal at this point in the year.
Danny Morris was great. The women 16-3 or something.
I think 18-7 was the final.
Doesn't matter. It was over at halftime.
It was done.
So
Go back to hoops here.
well, hold on. As the number one team with all those turnovers, we knew Notre Dame was going to be a tough game.
Well, if this was a game you would have marked down as an L
But what's worrisome is that it's a trend that started in the middle of the third quarter
against Yale.
and it continued now for the entire game against Notre Dame.
You're on the road. They got beat.
Understand.
Tillman stopped Notre Dame. Corrigan stopped Maryland. Two of the best 5 teams in the country.
Corrigan always stops Maryland, is my feeling on
Well, you
this.
know what? I know this sounds like sour grapes, or like trying to see something bright.
Yeah.
But I'd rather it happen today than in New England.
Right, because that's right. You don't want to go undefeated and then have that happen.
Right, because Tillman will now have the film to look for to see what was done to stop Rambo and Heacock.
You got it. Okay, Mason.
I'm checking out. I'm going to hand to Mason.
Mason.
Come on.
Yep.
He don't want to go. Let's go.
All right, he's coming.
We are going to have intern Mason.
Right. Of course. So while we're making the transition here, we'd like to thank Northwestern Mutual Life, and we'd like to thank Meyer Consulting Engineers for their sponsorship all year. It's Senior Day. Mason, you've seen the entire career of DeMonte Dodd and the whole 1 year of LG Gill. You're going to miss Dodd as time rolls on here?
Well, Todd, not a lot of people love Todd, but he's given this program lots of contributions, and at the end, he started to develop some sort of an inside offensive game, and I like Todd.
I like the defense. He came out okay in the end.
You like the defense except for about 5 possessions in a row in the second half today where he just didn't rotate back on Bridges, and Michigan State got free, easy layups.
Well, yeah, at one point I wanted them to try and take him out and really put some pressure, bring in Gill or bring in somebody at 5 fouls and try and slow Bridges or Ward down. It didn't happen, but we lived anyhow. Was this Melo's last home game at Xfinity Center?
Oh, boy. I'm going to have to say yes. I don't think I see Melo in the NBA next year, but I don't think I see Melo much in the NBA anywhere, and I think if he's going to go start making some money. I can't hold it against him if he does.
Okay, Mason, what do you have?
I see the Yogi Ferrell model. I feel like he can play in the NBA with the way that they develop people's shots to be an every possession guy, but right now, as an immediate NBA player, I don't see it.
Okay, he is not an outstanding physical talent the way some NBA guards are. He's not the biggest guy. We know all of that, but his drives to the basket are, especially when they don't call the fouls, when they do, he's surreal, and he lived at the line. If they call the games like this, he's going to continue to go 5 for 15.
Well, I feel that the continuation rule in the NBA would benefit Melo Trimble a lot.
And you still have to wonder about where his outside shot has been. Despite the last shot heroic, he's 1 for 5 going into that moment. And that's been a struggle all year. And now when you get to the NBA, that three-point line is 2.5 feet further out.
That is true. Key moment in the game for you. Anything stand out?
Well, you could say the end, but I see it somewhere around when Maryland cannot close out the game. They were up by 8 for a few possessions, and they just could not make the shot to push them over the line of having a comfortable win.
I remember Justin Jackson with a shot from about right behind Todd here that didn't go in, and you said, uh-oh. And there was a couple uh-oh moments, but as has been the case for most of Turgeon's career, exciting game we win at the end.
Yeah, I thought, again, letting Michigan State back in started with a missed 3, followed by Todd missing a couple of free throws. Michigan State gets a 3 and a basket, and suddenly an 8-point game is a 3-point game, and it's anybody's shot at that point.
Okay, I was impressed by Michigan State's freshmen. I was impressed that we just keep winning these games. Other than that little blip we had a few weeks ago, we have an outstanding record in these close games, however we got here.
Yeah, and you just like to put the tick mark in the left-hand column. That's the key, is keep putting that mark in the left-hand column.
All right, closing words.
Well, I hope they get the 2 seed and go Terps.
I don't think they have the 2 seed. I think the 3 is the best they can do because they can't pass both Minnesota and Wisconsin, and they play each other. Right? We're locked into the 3.
We are locked into the 3. We will see you at Verizon Center, downtown D.C. after Maryland plays as the 3 seed. The game starts at 9:30 on Friday night. For Bruce Posner, Todd, Carton, we thank Eric Hayes, Intern Mason, and our cast of thousands. This is Wayne Viener for Red Turtle Productions. Thank you all for watching all season of our videos here at Xfinity Center. Maryland takes it 63-60 over Michigan State. Good afternoon.
We hit Terminus!